A large part of the spiritual path is learning to perceive our personal problems in a very different way. When we come to the spiritual path, we feel like because now I've discovered these teachings, my problems will go away or my problems should go away. And of course, before we come to the spiritual path, our life is just an endless chase to make our problems go away. But as we start to really walk the spiritual path seriously, it is not so much about making your problems go away, but rather learning and growing in wisdom through your problems and also learning to endure your problems without needless suffering. So, we're going to do a session today that will hopefully help you to see that you can be at peace in the midst of problems, and that actually the mind which chases happiness on the other side of problems is diluted because you know that problems are the nature of experience. One gets solved and makes way for another. And so if you constantly wait for your problems to be fully solved and for you to have no problems in order to be happy, you'll be waiting forever. We have to learn to be at peace in spite of what our situation currently is. And in the midst of our current life situation, we have to inquire into the nature of what I really am, what life really is. Because life is a lot more than your personal situation. You are a lot more than your personal situation. You are far more than what you have or don't have. And the reason this teaching is so beautiful and truthful is that it helps you become peaceful now. It, not after something changes or not after you control this condition and manipulate that condition, not in future. It helps you access your innate peace here and now, to which the only obstacle is your own ideas about things. Regardless of our situation, we have to strive to find that within us, which is at ease here and now. Find that within you, which is always restful, free of judgment. The body can be in pain. The mind can be restless. Yet yourself just is. And it is not this or that. It is not even in this or that. It perceives pain without being in pain. It perceives emotion without being emotional. Know that to be true. Confirm that to be true. Find it here and now. Be that here and now. For a moment, allow yourself to be that which doesn't want anything. For a moment, allow yourself to be that which doesn't need anything, doesn't need anything to be different. The mind which needs things to be different is perceived by that which does not need anything to be different. Pain, physical or emotional, is perceived by that which does not need pain to go away. Be that. The mind which suffers pain and wants pain to go away is perceived by that which does not even need the mind to be any different. Be that. The mind which is always trying to go to the future is perceived by that which is now and has no need to go anywhere. You are not your life situation. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are not the wanting or fearing. You are not the suffering. All of these things are experiences which are perceived by that which is not an experience. Now, not after 10 years of spiritual practice. Now, you are that. Be that. There's nothing you need to do in order to become that. You just need to notice that you are not anything you perceive. And then you already are that which you always are. Stop struggling so much against the image. It keeps you attached to the image. Stop being so invested in what must happen and what must not happen. It keeps you bound in personality. Let go of the habit of concern about the person you take yourself to be and the life you think you're living, and start to live in trust, the unknown. And whatever happens, whatever the body is doing, however the mind is believing things to be or feeling, be as you are. Don't take yourself to be what is appearing before you. Don't have such a great sense of investment in what is appearing before you. What else can I do? Is not a question that is relevant to you. Watch the arising of the question, what else can I do? And don't take yourself to be that for whom that question means so much, for whom there's a sense of investment in that question, for whom there's somewhere to go or something to become. You are not that. You are not this constant self benefit deriving mental entity, self concerning mental entity. You perceive this desire for benefit and fear of loss without needing anything yourself. You perceive desire without desire. You are aware of fear without being afraid. Find that within yourself here and now. Confirm that to be true. We can't try to become desireless, become fearless. There's no way. You can only start to notice that within you which is free of desire, free of fear, free of any want of any kind. Only then do we begin to taste our desireless nature, fearless nature. Only then can we perceive desire without being so attached to the promises it makes. There's something which wishes to become wealthy and powerful. That self image wants to feel good about itself by becoming more wealthy and powerful and desirable. It wants to fight for its place in the world and become bigger than other people by becoming wealthy and powerful, admired, famous. Observe that within yourself to whatever degree it is present, whether weak or strong. You are not that self image. Have no image of yourself. I am present desirelessly, fearlessly, here and now, not after some sort of condition is fulfilled. Conditions mean nothing to me. I am not that, and I am not that for whom conditions matter. I perceive both changelessly while watching their changingness. Separate your beingness from all mental concepts of any sort, from all wanting, because you can only want as a somebody. So you can only want on behalf of a self image, but you are no image. Any image of the mind of who you are is not your real self. It's ignorance. All thinking also is only on behalf of the self image. You think as a somebody. We think from the image we have of ourselves. That's not what you are. And there's nothing further to be thought about this because by the very act of engaging in thinking, you are taking yourself to be what you are not. Let it go. There's nothing to do, nothing to think, no benefit to derive, nothing to lose. If we want to grow spiritually, grow in the understanding of our nature, then we must be willing to be absent of self definition, absent of wanting, absence of self limitation, absence of desire, absence of concern, Absence of notions about who I am, what life is. Absence of self talk. In the absence of all these things, I am. I am. Changelessly present, changelessly present. Peel away these layers that obscure your changeless presence. This is the essence of meditation. This is equally accessible in all moments, not just here when we're together meditating. We just need to be willing to relax away from wants, not wants, personal concern, desire. At some stage, we have to see that it is the only thing which contracts and limits us. And by seeing that, we have to be willing to outgrow it, set it aside. A willingness itself arises the more you see that is what is limiting you. Otherwise, we keep saying, oh, I want to grow in wisdom and I want to grow in self awareness, but that's not what we care about. What we really care about is, oh, I want this, I want that. I want this to happen, I don't want that to happen. There's really no secret to spiritual growth. It is come to know these things and outgrow them. We are fortunate enough the teachings are coming into our experience and helping us know these things. But we keep acting in a way that is contradictory to the teachings. That's our struggle. Do what needs to be done. Let go of what you have come to know is limiting you. Surrender your personal life over to the intelligence which rules it. By even learning to relax our grip over my life, spiritual wisdom becomes that much more accessible. Thanks for watching. If you need help in your practice and on your spiritual journey, join our free support group. I'll link it down below. That's all for today. I'll see you next time.